Hello, everybody. This is Kevin McGrath again. I'm here with the fabulous Artie Kamiya, the head and brain trust behind the PE Institute. And thank you for taking this time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you so much.
No problems.
I just thought with having somebody like you to get into the ear of would be so valuable to those of the people that might be listening who may have not have as much professional development experience and may not understand fully the value behind it and what more than just curriculum and lesson plans do you get from something like this. So I thought maybe I'd start by asking you, where do you think your growth for the idea of how important professional development was for not only yourself, but the PE community?
Right. Kevin, I was very fortunate enough to have the opportunities to go to weekend conferences, daily seminars that our school district may have put on, and to be surrounded by physical education teachers who really wanted to make a difference. Well, this was way back when. This is probably back before you were born. We're talking about 1978. That was the first year I started teaching in Wake County Public Schools.
Okay, yeah.
And I was just surrounded by very motivated and committed educators.
Very lucky in that stance, because I know some people kind of feel that feeling that maybe they're not getting that fire lit by the people they're around. And what would you say to somebody like that that's maybe looking for an opportunity to find that fire lit? What would be a suggestion from you of where do you think one of the best places to get that fire lit inside you if you're not getting it from the people beside you?
There are certain people like a comfort level that's not challenging. And that's unfortunate, because what they provide to their students in turn is and I'm going to call it a mediocre, below average physical education program, because you haven't challenged yourself to become better.
Got it.
And we all know we can do better. So to do that, you've got to get out of your community, got to get out of your comfort zone and meet other people.
Yeah.
Inspirational people.
When you say inspirational people, are there people that come to mind, let's say in the years of your career when you were still educating on a daily basis?
Right, yeah. There was this gentleman, his name was Lee Osbrook. He taught at Middle Tennessee State University. On one Saturday, he came and did an all-day workshop. It was sponsored by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. Lee was phenomenal. You would have never known he was the presenter.
Yeah.
He came and he sat down right next to me in the bleachers, introduced himself, I introduced myself, and then when the convener of this workshop said, "Lee Osbrook, please stand up." Well, he's right here. I said, what the heck? We're just talking stuff.
Yeah.
And from Lee's presentation, I got so inspired because he's an inspirational guy.
Okay.
He has a lot of cool stories.
Yeah.
But you need to get out of your comfort zone and do something challenging.
Yeah, I hear you. And a lot of those things come during our personal time. The amount of time offered to us professionally during our work hours is limited. And in PE, quite often we're sitting in sessions that are not based on physical education.
That's true.
We're making sure that we know exactly what's happening in a writing classroom or a math classroom, and then our PD week is over. So how do you value doing something like the PE Institute when you're balancing family life and personal time? How do you equate the value of something like the PE Institute, for example, as something that you could convince? Like, how would you convince somebody it's worth their personal time?
Right. First of all, the National PE Institute was developed and targeted to physical education leaders at the school district level, at the state level, and at the national level.
Okay.
If you are that type of person or want to become that type of person, this is a great venue for you.
Yeah.
It really is not for the average physical education teacher. It's not. Because we want to have the strong leaders that will become better leaders that will lead us for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, Kevin.
Yeah, and my opinion is that leaders are grown just like everyone else. So I from what it sounds like you're talking about, you're not saying that if you're a classroom, person who's not the head of a district doesn't mean you don't belong here, but you have to have that inner willpower to be somebody to take the reins, to
if you want
develop.
to change the way physical education is currently being conducted in your school or school district, this is a place for you. If you like the status quo, do not come here. That's just true. That's just true.
You won't relate. Absolutely not. Can you tell me about some people that you see, going through these halls that you maybe remember coming back multiple times? You say like, this is somebody that either deserves a follow in terms of social media, or if they have resources, one of those leaders that you see taking the reins going forward.
It's the names are well known, right? It's the Joey Fights, it's the Ben Landers, it's the people that are very active on social media. But there are a lot of people who are great professionals, great physical education teachers that you never know because they're teaching. They're actually teaching, but they're sharing that information. So it might be like a Tom Gilardi from New York. He has a passion to make a difference. Absolutely. He loves his job. Not a lot of us love our job. So here's another filter. If you're unhappy in your job and you want to get better,
and we're live again. Okay, so we were talking about the result of people like Tom but you were mentioning another direction right after that. Go ahead.
Well, if you want to make a difference, you need to come here.
Absolutely.
If you want to kind of be where you are for the next 20 years, then go ahead and
maybe
do
not
that.
the right one, right? Yeah, and you know what I think that my experience here is that people that you know the names of, people that you've used the lessons of, are just like you and me.
That's true.
And I think it's a very special place here where you're going to be sitting down having dinner or maybe a drink, or sitting watching someone else present and realize, oh my gosh, I've been using your lessons for years. And getting the opportunity to speak directly to them. And I think what it's done for me, one of the many things that PE Institute has done for me is it's given me a professional learning community that I could never have cultivated on my own. Because now when I have a question for something in terms of my program, I have the best to ask. I have a list of the best people to ask questions for.
And they know you. You're not just a name on a screen.
Yeah, exactly. You know them personally.
Like they
very much so. Right. And I think that if anything else, that's the impact, is bringing us together, because I know when I have had, a gap in some of my instruction, and I think and I think and I think, and I could think forever without finding the answer. And I could ask you and you have the answer like that just because your brain's different. It's just you're seeing it from a different angle, and that's incredibly important to have people that see things a little differently than you. Well, we all see things differently, but it's getting out of your own box, and that speaks a lot to you teachers who may teach in the same in a building alone, where you may not have people to bounce the ideas off of, may not have enough professional development time. Get to a place like the PE Institute, especially the PE Institute, and come and bounce ideas off of people that have the most deep thoughts about physical education. That
and
they don't.
The other thing, Kevin, is they want you to ask them questions. Everyone here, every presenter, every attendee, every keynoter wants an opportunity like you and me are having right now.
For sure.
They want to interact with you because they really want you to become better, because you're teaching 200, 300, 400, teaching elementary PE, 500 kids.
And I think they also understand the idea that they're going to learn from you as well. So they're not really like an elite feeling from these people where they're like, I've already solved PE, I don't need your help. Everyone's bouncing ideas off of each other and then collaborating and making something out of nothing. On behalf of everybody here, and anybody who's ever come to the PE Institute, and those who are going to come to the PE Institute in the future, please come next year. Is it July 17th and 18th?
July 17th and 18th, 2025. So we're currently in the 4th week of July, but next year it'll be in the 3rd week.
3rd week of July. So get here. The value is incredible. The meals are included.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Meals
socials to get, shoulder to shoulder with a lot of the presenters, the keynote speakers. And behalf of all of us, Artie, for reopening this after
welcome.
COVID did everything it could to close the door,
Yeah.
to reopen it and give us this opportunity to be here. I know we're all forever grateful
Right.
for you, to you, and I appreciate taking this time to share your passion. And if you want to share anything else with our audience, go ahead.
Well, I would like to say that it's all because of you that Kevin and I do things like this. We want you to become the very best person you can be.
Absolutely. We have hundreds of reasons right in front of us every day, and they deserve the best out of us, and you're going to find the best in these hallways, trust me. So get here next year, July 17th and 18th.